Dr. Judy Ginchev, President of the University of South Florida, Dr. Stephen Klasko, Dean of the USF Health, Morsani College of Medicine, and all the members of the Board of Trustees in attendance today. On behalf of my classmates and my family, I just want to say that we truly appreciate your tireless work to promote and improve USF Health. Without your efforts, we quite literally wouldn't be where we are today. Thank you for joining us on this amazing day. Although, Dr. Klasko, I have to say I'm still a little bit bitter that you brought all those ringers to the faculty student basketball game this year. To our families and friends, our mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, our grandparents, aunts, uncles, our cousins, nieces, and nephews. To our significant others, our husbands, our wives, our children. To those who are no longer with us physically, but never leave our side, we wholeheartedly thank you. Not only for celebrating this incredible milestone with us, but for making sure we got here ourselves. Now I mean that in two regards. One, we got here. We made it. Your baby boys and baby girls are finally doctors. And two, we're ourselves. Through all the trials and challenges, we've remained true to who we are thanks to your guidance. You see, everything you've done for us throughout the years has been leading to this. Taking us to the bus stop, or for some driving across town to ensure that we have the best education. Babysitting us. Taking us to practices, games, recitals, concerts, competitions. Dropping us off at our friend's house. And then grounding us after picking us up at 1 a.m. from a different friend's house. Even though I swore Mom and Dad I didn't know that's what my friends had planned. Yeah, they didn't buy it either. Everything you've done for us, all the money you've spent, which if you pulled it all together, you probably could have just bought the College of Medicine. And of course, all the advice we've taken and ignored, no matter how right you were. It has all brought us to this point and kept us true to ourselves. Your baby boys and baby girls are doctors, and we have you to thank for it. To the esteemed faculty and amazing staff at the USF Health Morsani College of Medicine, we wholeheartedly thank you. First, to the first and second year faculty, it's so nice for many of us to finally put faces to the voices we heard streaming over the internet for 2 years. Although we may need you to speak at double speed for our brains to make that connection. There was a joke about the class of 2012 that USF had created the first online medical school because of our preference for the video streamed lecture over in-class attendance. I know the empty classroom frustrated some of our lecturers, but you stuck it out for us. And for me personally, that extra flexibility allowed more time with my family when we needed it most. It allowed me to stay in touch with my best friends 1,000 miles away, and it allowed me to maintain a long-distance relationship throughout the last 4 years. We didn't miss out on our lives during medical school. Instead, we were able to share our experiences with the ones we love most, which makes today's celebration that much more special. To the third and fourth year faculty, I'm sweating right now almost as much as I did during your rounds. We always have and always will respect your expertise and feel honored to have trained under you. You showed us the ropes and pushed us to our limits, preparing us for a lifetime of continuous clinical learning in the ever-changing landscape of medicine. If nothing else, we can now feel confident in our skills to walk onto the wards and into the clinics July 1st and whisper an answer to some poor third-year student sweating during your rounds. To the administration, the amazing people of student affairs in the Office of Education, you were the conductors that kept this train on the tracks. If our family and friends brought us to the bus stop, you picked us up on day one and every day after that and made sure that we had exactly what we need to take on the challenges ahead of us. Sure, there were days where some of us may have been late. You sat at the bus stop with traffic piling up behind you, honking the horn, as we ran out the door and down the street in our scrubs, leaving our lunch on the counter. Then, of course, you get that embarrassing overhead page, student Dr. Buckley, your mother dropped your lunch off at the GME office. Oh, Mom, I'm in the middle of a code. Okay, we've taken that metaphor far enough. But through it all, you were always there, every time we needed you. We're doctors, and we have you all to thank for it. Finally, to my classmates. What's up, guys? From POM and Bull Run, which as the name suggests is better if you keep your shoes on, especially if Danny has the darts out, to Match Day and now graduation. It feels like it went by almost as quickly as I just said it, and from what I hear, things aren't about to slow down for us. But when you guys are on the 15th hour of a 16-hour shift next year, doing unbelievable things that have become part of your daily routine, I want you to remember something. I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous of those of you in OB because I may never deliver another baby. I'm jealous of those of you in surgery because I may never see another human being with their chest or abdomen open, physiology and pathology at work right before my eyes. I'm jealous of people like Stefan Mahoney, who are going to cure diseases that haven't even been discovered yet. People like Dave Donahue, who are going to have surgical instruments and procedures named after them. I'm jealous of born leaders like Kevin Mitchell, Josh Rowe, Tawana King, Grace Lee, and our class presidents Tim Gady and Lisa Sander, who are going to fix this broken healthcare system because those solutions aren't going to come from the government or insurance companies, but from the people who actually care for and care about patients. I'm jealous of John Brownwood, because after years of breaking and dislocating limbs with arm bars and ankle locks, he's on the fast track to becoming the #1 expert in the world in saving them. And I'm jealous because if Oprah ever met Harry Lomas, I can guarantee that he'd have his own TV show by the end of that conversation. I already have my DVR set to record anything with the words Harry Lomas in it. That show might have to be on HBO though. So before we go off to residency, I would like to leave you with these 3 challenges. These challenges were inspired by one of my patients, a 12-year-old little red-headed girl with energy and personality to spare. She had a history of seizures which were usually preceded by some vague left-sided weakness, and one night she began experiencing similar weakness on her right side. Her mom, concerned that she was about to have another seizure, brought her to All Children's Hospital, and she was admitted to my team. We consulted the neurologist who continuously monitored her brainwaves by putting this big metal salad bowl thing on her head and hooking it up to a computer for a couple of days. Each morning I would go in to see her, and she would be practically bouncing around in her bed because she's confined by this machine, going stir-crazy with her red hair flying out from under this tinfoil helmet. She would chew my ear off and inevitably make me late for rounds. I'd ask her how she was doing, and she would say fine and proceed to tell me about her favorite TV shows, her favorite teachers in school. I think one day we talked about whales. It was always interesting. So each day I would tell her that her tests were normal, and she would probably be going home soon. She was really ready to get away from that machine. She never did have a seizure, and on the morning of her discharge, she was disconnected and sound asleep when I went in to see her. She woke up as I was speaking to her mother, rubbed her eyes, and exclaimed, "Brian, I know what happened." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Why, I'm here. I figured out what happened to me the other day. Would you like to hear?" I replied, "Yes, absolutely. I would love to hear what happened," and then steal it shamelessly and pass it off as my own idea on rounds. That one flew right over her head. She just brushed it off and said, "Well, the morning before this happened, I had soccer practice. I ran and ran and ran. I played my butt off. I was so tired afterwards, but it was so awesome. Then, even though I was so tired, I went to Busch Gardens with my friends. I'm usually scared of roller coasters, but I rode every one in the park. I was so tired when we were done, but it was so awesome. Then when I got home, that side of my body just started feeling a little heavy and kind of numb. I think I was so tired, and the day was so awesome, that my body just got stuck in awesomeness." So I leave you with these 3 challenges for next year and any point in your life when you're just so tired. Play your butt off, challenge your fears head on, and every once in a while, allow yourself to get stuck in awesomeness.